Hey, what's up everyone? UFC 311 took place last night, and I'm gonna recap the card, give my thoughts, talk about what comes next, as well as Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev, and Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker got announced for the March pay-per-view. So we're gonna get into all of that. So UFC 311, I thought it was a really good night of fights. I really enjoyed it. I went 10-3 on my predictions. I got some underdogs, but some of the big favorites lost. So I feel like 10-3 is pretty respectable for last night, especially with the big favorites losing. So where do I want to start here? First, I guess we can talk about Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira. Grant Dawson is a tough watch. He really can control well, but man, he really does not do much once he's on the ground. But you know, he still won. He's 23-2, that's a really good record. But we'll see. I don't really see them giving him a big jump up. Bogdan Guskov won. He got a KO. It looked a little rough early, right? He got taken down, but he was able to get the KO. I think Elikana, he totally gassed out. So Bogdan Guskov was able to get a good KO there. We'll see how far he can make it up light heavyweight. I don't think we'll get towards the top, but he is ranked, and that was like the first finish of the night, I believe. Azamat Bekov beat Zach Reese. Those were some nasty ground and pound shots. Some of them looked at the back of the head even, but I don't think it was really going to change anything. That was a good win for him. Oh my gosh, Peyton Talbot. How about that? That was a sad one. I really thought Peyton Talbot was going to make it far. We knew grappling was kind of his weakness and that he was more of a striker, but I was surprised. I was surprised to see him lose. How old is Barcelos? 37? You know, Barcelos looked good, to be fair to him. The grappling was good. He ate some shots on the feet. He stayed in there. But, man, I thought Peyton Talbot was gonna be the real deal. And, you know, he's still young. He still has a chance. His striking's still really good. And that was a fun fight. The crowd was into it. But the grappling, there's a lot of holes in the grappling. So that's unfortunate. We thought he could kind of make it to the top. So that's unfortunate. And he was a huge favorite as well. How about Rinya Nakamura, also losing as a big favorite? I was tempted to pick Muin Gafurov. If his last performance wasn't a bad loss, I might have picked him. Because Nakamura, I really didn't. He had some good wrestling, but I didn't think he'd be able to put it all together and really make a deep run in the UFC. So Japan is still looking for their top contender. Aline Perez, Carol Rosa. I lost this fight. I said it was a coin flip. But Aline Perez, she's on a good run. Bernardo Sopaj, Ricky Turcios. Sopaj is a good fighter. Turcios, he did push a pace, didn't do much else with it. And then Takiri Ulanbekov beat Clayton Carpenter. So, like again, I went 10-3 on the card. I feel like that's pretty good. Moving on, Rainier de Ridder versus Kevin Holland. De Ridder, his grappling is legit. He easily took down Kevin Holland, easily submitted him. And Kevin Holland, there's zero hype anymore. There wasn't much to begin with anyway. But, you know, he's just not a top guy. De Ridder, I don't think he'll be able to make it super far. But his grappling is legit for sure. He's big for that division. And we'll see how far he can make it. Jailton Almeida, Sergey Spivak, another good win for Jailton Almeida. Actually landed something with his hands this time. He rocked Sergey Spivak at the end of the round, but you know, like they said on the commentary, he's much more comfortable on the grappling. Spivak, you know, he's a good wrestler. He's a good scrambler. Was able to get that throw in the first round. Had Almeida down on his back. We never see that. And then Almeida reversed it. Spivak reversed it. It was kind of a fun fight for a little while. But yeah, really good win for Jailton Almeida. I don't think he has any chance versus Aspinall. But I don't think anyone has any chance versus Aspinall right now. But we'll see. He's not far from a title shot, really, at this point. Moving on, Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. Fantastic fight. You have to give credit to both guys. Credit to Jamal Hill as well. He took a lot of shots. He does have a good chin, Jamal, even though he did get KO'd. And, you know, he was throwing back. He was looking all right. But like I said, like I predicted, Yuri against everyone besides Pereira is going to find a way to win. And Yuri looked good tonight. Yuri looked really good. He looked fast. Hurt Jamal Hill really bad in the first round, dropped him. The second round I thought was Jamal Hill's. I thought he won that round. But in the third round, Yuri hurts. I thought Yuri was going to win. Even though Jamal had won the second round, I thought Yuri was going to pull it together. And he hurt Jamal early. You know, his 1-2s were really good tonight. He was finding the range. He was finding the strikes. He was accurate. and he didn't get rocked in this fight, which, normally Yuri gets rocked, and then so he hurts Jamal Hill in the first round bad. In the third round bad, and then a couple minutes go by, he drops him, and he was able to finish. Yuri's a very good finisher as well, if he has you hurt, and he looked great tonight. No grappling. I thought he might have grappled, but he looked really, really good, and he caught out Alex Pereira. I don't think we should run it back if Pereira beats Ankalaev. I think Yuri should fight one more. I think, look, if Pereira loses to Ankalaev, he'll get the immediate rematch. He's too big a star. He's won too many fights in this division. He'll get the rematch. But I think if Pereira beats Ankalaev, we should probably do the winner of Olberg and Jan should get the next title shot, because Olberg will be on a good streak, and Jan Blachowicz, he was very close with Pereira. It was a split decision. So I think we should do Yuri Roundtree, and then the winner that way get a title shot. But I still think Yuri can beat Pereira. I think he has it in him, but it's just that's kind of like they're 1 and 2 in this division, I feel like, right now. We'll see what happens with Ankalaev, but great performance from Yuri, vintage from Yuri. Allergic to boring fights. I think by far the most exciting fighter in the UFC, and really good. And Jamal Hill looked good as well. Just couldn't land enough big shots. And Yuri was very good with his punches, the range, the accuracy. He would find the right counters. It was good. He would time the movement of Jamal Hill. Yuri looked good. Moving on up the card, Merab versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Like I said, I picked Merab. Fantastic performance by Merab. I was stunned that he was this big of an underdog. Fantastic performance. And Umar, it was a great performance from him as well. I didn't think this fight was going to be super exciting, but I was wrong. This was a fantastic fight. And Merab, I was a little bit worried at some point because he started pushing the pace a little bit later, like towards the end of the second round. Umar won the first 2 rounds. Merab won the last 3. But, Merab wasn't really putting the pace on him till the end of the second. But towards the end of the second, I was like, all right, Merab's won. And then end of the third, it was over by the end of the third. And Merab's striking looked pretty good tonight. He's no elite kickboxer or anything, but he landed some good 1-2s. The right hands were landing, and he would come forward with these flurries. And, it seemed like he stung Umar a few times. He had a couple good body shots. Umar did good with the striking as well. In the first round, at the end of the first round, it seemed like he hurt Merab with a punch. Umar's good. I mean, he got Merab down a bit. He was defending takedowns, but Merab really is just one of one. That's all you can really say. Just a different kind of guy. Every fighter in the UFC has their style, but Merab is just the biggest outlier, I feel like. It's just crazy. No one, Abdulmanap, when he was, planning for Habib and Islam and Umar to make it, you can't factor in a Merab. Abdulmanap did not plan for this. It's crazy to see a, Team Habib guy, Umar Nurmagomedov, undefeated, getting, emoted on by Merab with wrestling in the 5th round. I mean, that's just something you would never expect. I thought Merab looked great. Really just, the pace he pushed in 3, 4, and 5 was really, really impressive. Just a different just a different guy, really. Like we say, certain guys are different. Merab just really is different. And this was exciting because, Umar could defend the takedowns early. So it was a bit more striking. And it was just a very impressive performance from Merab. Like the Aldo fight, there was a time where Merab kind of was disliked. I kind of disliked him with the Aldo performance, the Jan performance. This was just really impressive. This was really entertaining. And I don't know who beats him. You saw O'Malley in the crowd. I think O'Malley can't get the title shot. O'Malley would need another. I think I'd like to see O'Malley fight one more time before he gets the title shot. Like I said, you're going to need to KO Merab to beat him. You're going to need to KO Merab to beat him. O'Malley could KO him, but I would pick Merab. I would like to see the Petr Yan fight. I'm a big Petr Yan fan. He is on a good 2-fight win streak. But, I mean, he got 50-45. It did seem like he was injured in that fight. Something was going on. And I do think Yan would have a better chance to maybe KO him. But Merab is just a different guy. It was a very impressive performance. Obviously, it's beating a dead horse, saying the cardio, the pace is amazing, but it is. And the striking looked good tonight. He landed some more thudding punches than we normally see from Merab. So great performance, and Umar, it was a good performance as well. It was a good performance from Umar as well. I don't think I think people were overhyping him. The odds were just crazy. I thought Merab should have been the favorite coming in to tonight. So yeah, moving on, Islam Makhachev versus Renato Moicano. So I never made a video talking about Arman falling out and Moicano filling in. This was as I expected. I thought Islam Makhachev was going to easily win, and he did. I'm surprised. How did Poirier make it to the 5th? But I don't know. I mean, Moicano, the striking, it was kind of back and forth early. There was the moment where it kind of looked like he dropped him, but it was just a slip. Not a lot was going on. Islam landed a few good punches and then easily took him down. I'm surprised Moicano didn't offer a little bit more resistance on the ground. He is a jiu-jitsu guy. He is, his style is offensive grappling. So I am a little bit surprised that Islam managed him so easily on the ground, but this was expected. I thought my prediction was Islam 2nd round KO. He got a 1st round submission. Really good Darce, really good offensive grappler as well, Islam is. And this is a good win for him. I know Moicano isn't really a championship level guy, but he's still a top 10 guy. I thought he was going to lose to Dariush, but this is still a good win for Islam Makhachev. So now I do think he is the best fighter in the world, the best pound for pound fighter in the world. So now the question is, what happens next? So yeah, for Merab, I would like to see the Petr Yan fight. We can probably do it in the summer. Merab seems like he's ready to go. I'm not sure if Yan wins, but I would like to see him get one more crack at it. For Islam, I think, look, he fought in January. Let's try to get 2 more times this year. I think he even mentioned it in the post-fight. He wants to fight in the summer, and then he'll probably try to get to the Abu Dhabi card. So, because we can't do January to Abu Dhabi, that's too much of a layoff. So I'm thinking we do Charles Oliveira next now, and then Arman in Abu Dhabi. Now I know Arman Tsarukyan, he is the number 1 guy. But look, when Charles Oliveira pulled out, he didn't get the title shot immediately. And I don't think Arman Tsarukyan pointed out the day of, I don't think he should get the title shot. Now, I don't think he should have to fight again. What I think we should do is Islam versus Charles in the summer, in International Fight Week, Vegas. It makes more sense to keep Charles in the States, because he gets a bigger pop over here than in Abu Dhabi. And so let's do Islam Charles in the summer, and then Arman can take the time, heal up, and we do Arman Islam in Abu Dhabi. But I do think Charles Oliveira should be the next guy. He fought Chandler. In New York was a good fight, good performance, and I feel like, come on, we need to see the rematch, Charles Islam. I think that Charles is the only guy who can beat him. I think, just because I think he could land a big punch. Moicano he's not athletic or explosive enough on the feet to pull off the upset. To beat Islam, you're going to need to be a great grappler, and you're going to need to have some pop on the feet. You need to be dangerous. I think Charles is dangerous. Look, I'll pick Islam, but I want to see the Oliveira fight. Obviously, I'm a Charles Oliveira fan, and then if Islam wins out, you just run it with Arman in October. And there's not really anyone else. So that's that. Now moving on, they did announce Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev for the March card. I believe UFC 313 in Vegas. I'm not sure if this falls in Ramadan or maybe right before, but yeah, Alex Pereira, Magomed Ankalaev. I'm really excited for this fight. I know people say, Ankalaev is a striker, he's not even a grappler, but look, he's a lot more of a grappler than Jamal Hill is, than Khalil Rountree is, than Yuri Prochazka is. Yuri shot a few. I don't think Jamal Hill or Khalil Rountree have ever shot before. Now people say, Magomed Ankalaev is going to try to strike with him. I'm sure he is going to try to strike with him, but if he takes some light kicks or things are going south, he's going to try to shoot, right? So I'm going to go with Alex Pereira to win this fight. I think Magomed Ankalaev isn't really dangerous on the feet. He's a good striker for sure, but I think, you look at guys like Jamal Hill, Yuri Prochazka, Khalil Rountree, they're a lot more dangerous on the feet than Magomed Ankalaev. Magomed Ankalaev is, head kick KOing, or, this right hand on the pipe KOing people recently. He might have done so, back when he was fighting easier guys. But I'm going to go with Alex Pereira. The grappling does worry me, but again, Magomed Ankalaev, he isn't just submitting people right away. He's not this elite, grappler. He's solid for sure, and he can take people down, and he probably can take Pereira down, but we haven't seen Pereira's grappling tested in about a year and a half. The last time was against Yuri Prochazka in late 2022, and he got taken down, but he got back up. You have to think that his grappling's rapidly improving. Now, is it at Magomed Ankalaev's level? No, but I definitely think he'll be able to survive. He'll be able to get back up. And I can see it where it's like Ankalaev takes him down for half the round. Pereira gets up. Pereira lands the better strikes. The judges give it to Pereira. And again, the leg kicks, I think Jan Blachowicz did so well with those leg kicks against Ankalaev. I think Pereira will be putting that in there. And I'm excited for this fight, though. I'm excited for this fight. Pereira's going to be the underdog, probably. And this would be a massive win for him to get, a different style than kind of the guys he's been fighting. And Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker was also announced. And I'm excited for that fight. That's going to be a great fight, 5 rounds. I think it's going to be close. It's a really big fight in that division. And I probably lean Gaethje, but it's tough. Probably no grappling. So Dan Hooker, his recent streak. Jalen Turner turned out not to be that good. Gamrot, just can't control people on the ground. Gaethje's a good striker. He's explosive. He's got some pop. The Fiziev win still is so impressive. And I think he could probably just land. This is probably going to be a split decision. This fight's going to be so close. Dan Hooker's a great striker as well, but I can just see Gaethje having the bigger moments. And even though he looked bad against Holloway, not even counting the KO, he just looked bad in that fight. I think Gaethje's probably a little bit quicker. The leg kicks will work, and I think it's going to be close. It's going to be close. I can see Dan Hooker winning as well. He's been on good form. But that's a good fight. Hopefully we can add a lot more fights to that card. Normally that March pay-per-view in Vegas is pretty good, and because that February card in Australia looks horrendous. But we have some good fight nights coming up in February. Adesanya versus Mavov in Saudi. The Seattle card as well. Then we have the pay-per-view in February in Australia. Great main event. So I'll be here for it. I'm going to go live a few times in February as well. I was trying to do it last night, but I need like the 24-hour window application with YouTube. But we got that squared away. I'll be going live eventually. So make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Thank you. Again, great performances. Islam, Merab, Yuri, great card as well. So thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.